Hi, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Sana and how are you guys? This month's setup is going to be tulips and a little bit of mix. So first I'm just going to show you how to draw the tulips and then I'm going to speak later. Okay, so let's get started. First is that I drew a water droplet. First I draw a water droplet and then I just draw the petals by its side. As you can see, it can be lightly seen, but you can just see I drew a water droplet now and I'm just drawing some petal shapes around it. So now it looks like a tulip, and then I drew the leaf. So that's what you have to do for this, and I already sketched it as you can see in that next page. So first I'm getting started with my monthly overview. As you can see, I'm using only one page, but if you have a bigger handwriting you can just go for using 2 pages. And I also forgot to mention that I used color pencils. As you can see, first I go in with the color pencils on the flowers and the stem and leaf. First I used the lightest color, and then over here I used light pink over that, and then I'm going to use a darker pink to give it the flow of a flower, as you can see here. And it's the same with the stem and the leaf also. First I go in with a lighter color and then I go with the sketch pen. So as you can see that I'm using my black pen as well to give it a more realistic look. I used black pen and then I also used some sort of shade. Let me know your opinions on my videos and all. I thought to make this video a lot calmer and relaxing than the others, and I also prefer longer videos because they are so relaxing, and I think that it's good and like interesting, obviously. And as you can see that first I like coloring my leaves and the stem first and then using a black pen to give it that look of a flower, and then later use a sketch pen to highlight it, because that I think that's more easier and gives more space for you to understand where you have to draw the lines and where you have to color. And I use color pencils and sketch pens to color the title of the week. And if anyone knows, I always mention in this in my every video mostly, that my fake calligraphy trick. If you guys want to learn how I do that, then keep on watching. So what I actually do is I just simply use a black pen and write the way I want to, and then I use a sketch pen of my own choice and color in the down strokes. And I think that this really works well for me because I don't own a calligraphy pen. Okay, so I'm actually so excited to film this video. I already filmed it in the starting of the month, but I got to edit it later and it became kind of late, and since when I will be uploading this it will be late, which I really don't like, and I hope that everyone does understand what I mean. Like, I'm not regular yet, but I'm trying my best to be so far. And I hope you guys also comment the type of videos you want to see so that I can film those, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching them. So next what I did is use some sketch pens and color pencils as well to make these small circles in each box so that I can write the dates on that, and then I used a black pen to write the dates and I'm gonna make a circle on that. That's what I did. And honestly, I'm so excited for this month's spread because obviously it's one of my favorites, and I'm also excited for the next month's spread. And since Ramadan is starting, so I'm beyond excited to pray and get my spirituality a new level and improve myself through learning and repenting and just doing good deeds and figuring out life. So next what I did is I used a gray sketch pen and then I colored in the boxes which are not the part of this month, and then I used color pencils of different colors and started coloring the tulips with random colors like yellow, red and orange and purple, like any color. And then I'm later going to use sketch pens over these, but first I'm going to finish the like lower layer process, which is to color in, and then I will slowly go in with the sketch pens, and later I will use a black pen for like giving it the definite look and more details. So as you can see, first I already used a color pencil of green color to color the stems and the leaves. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a sketch pen of green. First I'm going to use a lighter one and maybe darker one later, but then I'm going to make highlights and make it pop more and give more details. And I'm going to use the same techniques of drawing flowers and coloring them step by step. Similarly in the next pages, which I'm going to draw flowers in the next pages as well, so that I'm going to use the same techniques of these drawing and coloring steps to draw them. So the next part is going to the heading. So I'm going to make my heading really plain and basic, so it just looks good and beautiful. So I'm just going to use a plain font for this, writing April, and then I'm going to highlight the downstrokes to give it more of a look, and then I'm going to write some of my favorite motivational quotes down near the flower. It just gives me motivation whenever I see it, so I prefer it that way. And I think that like, since I have a small handwriting, I can just change my handwriting in whichever way, depends on my mood actually. And I prefer to write these quotes because they give motivation to me, and whenever I open my bullet journal I see them and then I read them and I feel better and good. Okay, so the first quote is, do the difficult things while they are easy and do the great things while they are small. A journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step, by Lao Tzu. And the second quote is, starting is always the hardest, and well, you have begun it and you are winning it. And it's by me. Since I don't own any washi tapes, I decided to do something that I would do myself anyways. So I'm just going to use a scale and black pen, and then I'm going to make vertical and horizontal lines, and then I'm just like going to make this everywhere wherever I feel like making it. It makes it look nice and aesthetic, so I was like, okay fine, let's do that. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use a correction pen to correct my mistakes, as you can see I'm doing over here. And then I'm going to use my black pen and just draw some random stars so that it just kind of looks good. And then next I'm going to write something under April because this place seems empty. So I wrote, you need yourself to shine. And then I'm going to draw in next page gratitude and brain dump. So first, since I use this whole page for like writing, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw two flowers I guess, and then just in the sides of the boxes, and then I'm later like going to make the box and highlight. And you can see that I already said this, that I'm going to use the same method for my flowers how I drew, so I'm just doing that. Okay, so I'm going to use my fake calligraphy trick for doing these headings. So first I'm just going to write the words, and then I'm going to use a pen, and then I'm going to just highlight the downstrokes so it looks good. And then I'm going to use a yellow color or any color pen then to highlight the border so that it looks kind of good. And then the next page is my mood and habit tracker, so I'm just going to draw the flowers.